Welcome to Economics with Mr. Sturgeon. Today we are going to be starting with lesson 1.1, Understanding the Graph. Now, by understanding the graph, what I mean is when you are in an economics class, more often than not, you're going to see graphs that look like this. Now, this is a very basic graph. It has the very basic parts of graphs you will see. We will be adding more and more to these graphs as we progress through this unit. However, these are the main things you need to look at every graph you see in economics. Now we're going to start with supply, number one. So let's look at supply. Supply is going to be the line right here in blue, and that's going to be the amount that you make of a product. Let's just assume in this case we're making soap. So the supply line will be the amount of soap you produce or that you make. And it will always go from left to right, down to the sky. So if we're looking at any graph, it could be this one, it could be this one right here, or it could be another one like this. The supply line will always be the one going towards the sky. It's very important to know that anytime you're looking for the supply amount, you're going to be looking at the line that is going from left to right to the sky, the supply line. Then you're going to have your demand line. That's going to be the amount people want. So this is the amount of soap people demand you give them, or that they demand at a certain price. And that line is going to be represented by this red line right here. And how I like to remember it is demand will always go down to the dirt. Down to the dirt, supply to the sky. And so your demand line is going to be the amount people want to buy. Now, some things that will affect how much people demand is number 3, the price of your product. So how much are we going to charge for our bars of soap? And so how that is represented is by this y-axis. Just like in math or just like in science, you have a y-axis. And in economics, that's going to be your price. So how much are you going to charge for your product? Another thing that will affect supply and demand will be how much are you going to give, or what is the quantity? What is the amount demanded and supplied? Well, your quantity is represented by the number at the x-axis of your graph. So at this x-axis, you will have a number that is your quantity, that is the amount demanded and the amount supplied. So these are the 4 components, the 4 main components of a graph you should always look for when looking at graphs for economics. And so here's a quick example. Here we have a demand and supply graph. On the y-axis, we have the price. So the price is in dollars from 0 to 10. And again, you can make this any price with, 50s, hundreds, thousands. But for now, we're going to keep it simple, and we have price on this y-axis represented by dollars. Then you will have your quantity on this x-axis. Now again, you can make this any number depending on the quantity you have, but we're going to make it simple and have from 0 to 10 quantity. So that is the amount being supplied and the amount being demanded. And remember, when we're looking for the supply line, it's going to be the line that goes up to the sky, so this red line. And when we're looking for the amount demanded, we're going to look at the line that's going straight down to the dirt, the demand line. And all 4 of these components, supply, demand, price, and quantity, will go into one of these graphs. And that is what you're going to have to look for when you are trying to understand how much to charge, how much to produce, how much is being demanded, and how much you should supply. So all of these things will go into the graphs we will look at in future lessons. So the next lesson we're going to look at is Economics Lesson 1.2, the understanding of price and quantity. So the next lesson, we're going to delve deeper into those two components of the graph. Thank you.